Hey, Katie. I know the scoreline might not reflect it, but that was probably one of the best performances from your team in the whole tournament. You really took the game to them in that first half hour. Could have been a couple of goals up. How did you see that one play out?
Exactly like that. Honestly, I think, we wanted to go into our last game putting it all together. I think against San Diego, we showed a proper defensive performance. I think we grew in each game. So today we wanted to go for it. And, there was a bit of a result of that of conceding more goals. But I think the fact that we had a lot of chances, we were exciting on the ball. Honestly, so proud of the group. I think, we showed that we can play both on the ball and off the ball at this level. And I think just that full picture is where that next step is a little bit different in terms of those professional teams. But really, really proud. I think the opportunity to be able to be on the ball a lot more today and be exciting as we are in our regular league is a really cool thing.
It's been a crazy year, crazy 6 months, I guess. So you've had the League One, you've had the interprovincials, you've had this run, and now it stops for a few months. How do you keep the girls engaged? Because they've been playing at this high level, they've had this kind of lifestyle. How do you keep them at this level now to go in to next year?
It's a great question. I think, the fact that we will have a professional team next year will keep them hungry, and it's the right time. They've got a taste of it. They've seen what it's like to play at this level. And then now I think staying motivated to try to get a spot in that team, whether it's a development contract, getting, training opportunities or proper going into the league, I think that's what'll keep them hungry and continue to strive for the next thing. So, I think they have some well-deserved time off right now. We're going to go off for a couple weeks. They've been going at it since Christmas, so some time off to rest and recuperate, and then we'll be getting ready for January and bringing some of the younger players up again and continuing the cycle.
Katie, as Michael said, a brilliant performance. There was some really good individual performance there from players like Geneva, Bridget, Chloe. We were talking to Rob Gale before, and he joked that there's two or three players that he was keeping an eye on for the upcoming maybe January transfer window. What does that say that like a top coach for one of the top teams in the NWSL is impressed by what you've been able to accomplish with the team and the girls in this competition?
I think it's a credit to the work that the players have put in. As somebody like a Geneva who's been in the program since she was a child, I think, and sticking around this year for this tournament and getting ready for what's next in her world. Some of the younger ones, seeing their opportunities come up. It's a credit to the work that they've put in. We've had many a day where they've played a game and they've had to top up and do extra running. And it's all of that, those little things that they focus on day to day that have given them this opportunity. And I think, it's about time people are noticing, players like that really are, I think I say it every time, but are ready to be stars at that level.
And obviously, with the Rise coming next season, there's a lot of question marks going on about what the future of the academy and everything is here at the Whitecaps. But for yourself, what would you want to be the next step, both for yourself and your own career, and for the girls and what's next for them?
I mean, having the Rise come in it is the next step, and I think I would love to be a part of that opportunity. I think all of the players would love to be a part of that opportunity, and just the chance to push forward the game in Canada. Like, this is an opportunity for us, not just from a Vancouver perspective, but from a Canadian perspective, to create more opportunities, not just for the players, but for coaches like myself and, women working in the game and people working in the women's game. It is such an important opportunity. So I think, for us, the academy continues as it was. Maybe it's a little bit younger because players push on earlier because, again, they are ready to play at that level. And it provides more opportunities for more players. So I think, we continue to develop players. We continue to put, the best players on the pitch, and then it gives us just that next step and that next opportunity.
Katie, what does your team's performance tonight say about the future of Canadian women's soccer?
It's exciting. I think watching some of those players have the success that they did tonight against, top pro players, it's just an exciting time. I think everybody in the stands tonight, just walking around, listening to the buzz, listening to people come over and talk to me about the game, everybody's excited about it. Everybody's excited about what we put forward from a Canadian perspective. This is primarily Canadian-based team. And so I think if people tonight aren't excited and ready and already buying tickets for 2025, I think everybody is, to be fair. So, really exciting and really proud.
Yes, Katie, now that you've kind of had this unique 6 to 8 week journey is kind of over, what do you make of just, from where the team was at, going to El Salvador, just trying to qualify now that you've played the 4 games, you've seen the growth of the team? How would you reflect on it?
Honestly, I think we went from a youth pro amateur team to a almost professional team in about 4 weeks. So, just the growth from game 1 to game 2, I think different learnings in each game. You saw a different version of us in each game. I think just the opportunity for these players to have that growth in such a short period of time, and now hopefully for a longer period of time, again with the professional league and CONCACAF next year and all of the big things up and coming. So I think, we went from a young team to a team that could compete. And what we saw today from those players was a team that was unafraid, that was brave, that was gritty, that was going to do, whatever it took to try something different, right? So, we went from a young team to a proper competitor.
I guess just how exciting is it now that there's going to be the chance to, make sure the momentum isn't lost? Because, say this had happened 2-3 years ago, this tournament happens, it's kind of like, what's next? How exciting is it now that there's a launch pad to something that's so close, that's so tangible?
It definitely is. That the timing couldn't be more perfect. I think, as you said, if this tournament happened a couple of years ago, it might have been difficult to keep the players motivated going into January, going into February, going into next year, because they don't have a pathway or haven't had a pathway. So I think just the way that the stars have aligned, not just for this tournament to happen, for the world and for this part of the world, all of those professional players having the opportunity to compete against different teams, and obviously our young team to have this opportunity, it couldn't be better timing ahead of 2025, and also to have a chance to have Christine Sinclair play one last game here at BC Place. I think the stars align fairly well for a really nice night.